I've got your teasers and prop bets for NFL Thursday Night Football. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. That's right, it's our Thursday edition here, so that means we get NFL Thursday Night Football. Before I go ahead and get you my teasers and prop bets, let's go ahead and recap yesterday, although it's going to be painful. Man, we got another bad beat yesterday. Tottenham gives up a goal in the 90th minute to sink our bet yesterday. So that's the way it's been in soccer. Although the only good thing that came out of yesterday was getting on YouTube live with you guys and sweating that last 10 or 15 minutes out. I always have a good time with you guys on live, watching the end of our bets unfold, and exactly that's what that was yesterday. We didn't get, obviously, a good ending and a good result, but it was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. So thanks for everybody that jumped on. I'm honestly not going to do any soccer today. I'm going to take a couple days off from soccer. I mean, it's just been rough. I know Sheffield United is playing Manchester United. That's about as lopsided as it gets. But you guys go ahead, do your own thing in soccer. I'm going to take today off and just focus on the NFL, which is what we've been cashing at in the last few weeks. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Before I do, I want to let you guys know there's 13 people who have put in an entry for our free giveaway. So 13 names are in that hat. We'll draw one of them out tomorrow when our free giveaway bet is successful. So you can go ahead and look for that. Otherwise, our next free giveaway is going to be when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm already really excited about it. It's a monster giveaway. You guys are absolutely going to love it. Again, we're a little bit over 900 subscribers right now, so go ahead and tell your friends. So A, they can go ahead and subscribe to the show, but B, you want your friends to also be a part of this free giveaway just to increase, the collection of people around you that are going to have a chance to win this. It is a monster giveaway. So go ahead and tell your friends, let them get on into it. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and look at Thursday Night Football. We got the Chargers and the Raiders going at it tonight. This is a rematch from NFL Week 9 where the Raiders won 31-26 in LA. I want to go ahead and spend a few minutes and break down this game. And then after I break down this game, I'll just go ahead and hit you with my 4 bets. I've got 1 teaser and 3 prop bets for you guys tonight. If we go ahead and look at the defenses to start off in this game, the Chargers have the number 9 ranked defense in the league. It's boasted by the number 7 pass rush defense in the league, and then rush defense comes in at number 21. The Raiders are number 25 in defense, 25 in pass, and 25 in run. So really, obviously towards the back of the league there in every defense statistics you can look at. The Chargers on offense have the number 8 offense, and they have the number 4 passing offense. The rushing side comes in at number 16. For the Raiders, number 14 offense, 14 on pass, and 12 on rushing. So they're about average, nothing bad there. The Raiders, if we look at their defense, though, they only have 15 sacks on the season, which is tied for second worst with the Bengals. So that's not going to be very good when you're going up against a number 4 passing offense in the league if you can't generate pressure, to make Herbert feel uncomfortable. So the Raiders are going to look to improve on that tonight. But, 15 sacks on the season is just really, really poor. For the Chargers, it's their defensive strength is obviously significantly on the pass. And I gave you guys the number where they're number 7 in pass, but number 21 in rush. So that's obviously the strength of that defense is on the passing side. The Raiders' defensive weakness plays right into the strength of the Chargers' weakness. I mean, the Raiders are number 25 on passing defense. I just told you guys the Chargers are number 4 in passing offense. So you've got a weakness that's really going to be exposed by a strength. And I look forward to seeing how that plays out. Just a couple interesting things here. I'm going to spout these out. They're not related to any of my prop bets. I just found this, statistics to be really interesting. For the Raiders, Waller, their stud tight end, has 117 targets. That's 64 more targets than the next player on that team. I mean, that is unreal. For catches, he's got 84 catches. That's 47 more catches than the next player on the Raiders team. I just found those 2 numbers to be really staggering that, Waller is clearly the guy on that offense. For Waller, earlier in the season, though, in that Week 9 matchup against the Chargers, he only had 5 catches on 10 targets for 22 yards. And if you look at Waller's kind of game log and look at him game by game, he'll have, 5 catches for 22 yards, for example. He'll have 4 catches, for 20 yards. And then he may have, 3 catches for 60. His yardage, to me, is very uneven in terms of what his catches are. Normally, you would think, his catches, should translate to maybe 10 or so from the tight end, 7 or so yards per catch. But Waller is very, very, I think he's a very tough player to kind of gauge and to put prop bets on based on, his kind of discrepancy there between pass catches and yardage. For the Raiders, we know we're not getting any Henry Ruggs in this game, but I don't think that's a huge loss. I went ahead and looked him up because I was curious how big of a loss that is. He's fifth on the team in targets and fifth on the team in receptions. So not a guy that Derek Carr obviously looks to very often. He's just really the deep threat guy. He leads a team in average per catch. But other than that, I mean, fifth in targets, fifth in catches. I don't think that offense is really going to miss a whole much from him. If we look at injuries going into this game, the Raiders are going to be without their top safety, Jonathan Abram. They're going to be without their strong side middle linebacker, Nicholas Morrow. Their backup cornerback, Damon Arnett, is also out. The starter is questionable. And then their defensive end, the number 4 pick from the 2019 draft, Farrell, he's also out. So big players are out for the Raiders. Safety, strong side linebacker, corner, backup corner, the starting corner is questionable, but backup corner is out. Like I said, the number 4 pick from the 2019 draft. So just some big pieces that are missing from that defensive and mainly missing from that defensive secondary. We look at the corner and safety position. That's just not good when you're going up against the number 4 passing offense. If we look at the Chargers injuries going into this game, they're going to be without Brian Bulaga. So no Brian Bulaga in this game. And Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams are all questionable. Saw a tweet earlier this morning from Rappaport. It looks like Eckler is a go, or Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are true game time decisions. Those would be losses. I mean, we all know how really good Keenan Allen is, and they actually went up against my Buffalo Bills a few weeks ago. Keenan Allen was a handful for Travius White. Keenan Allen does really well in getting separation at the line of scrimmage, so that'll be a big loss if they don't go. I mean, they're questionable. You know how questionable tags normally come in the NFL. Those guys normally end up playing, so we'll hope that they end up playing. But it's next man up in the NFL. I mean, you're not the number 4 passing offense in the league, only relying on one guy. So it'll be a hit, but I think the Chargers will make do. If you look at the Week 9 stats there between the Chargers and Raiders real quick, Herbert went 28 for 42, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr went 13 for 23, 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Raiders rushed more than they passed because they checked in with 26 rushes. The Chargers rushed a little bit less, checking in with 31 rushes. And that game plan from Week 9 kind of mirrors exactly what my research said. My research said, before I looked at that Week 9 matchup, when I was looking at it, and I was curious what Week 9 looked like, I was like, man, it looks like the Chargers are really going to attack this Raiders defense through the air. And it looks like the Raiders would obviously attack the Chargers through the ground. And then I went and looked up that Week 9 matchup. That's exactly what happened. I mean, Derek Carr only had 13 completions. Yeah, they ran the ball all the way down their throat there for the Chargers. So I expect more of the same. I expect more of the same. I gave you guys those defensive numbers where the Chargers are really good in the pass defense. The Raiders are generally bad across the defensive board. Chargers pass it really well. So I'm expecting a very, very similar game plan. And because of that, my prop bets mirror a similar outcome to Week 9. So let's go ahead and get on into it. I've got 4 bets for you. I've got 1 teaser and 3 prop bets for you. I'm going to go ahead and hit you with the teaser first. I'm going to go ahead and take Chargers plus 10.5 and parlay that with over 44.5. This is what I call my modified 6-point teaser. We've now hit 4 of these in a row. And this, by the way, comes in at minus 131 over at FanDuel. I call it my modified teaser because it's not a traditional 6-point teaser. I like to go up a little bit on the team getting points. I really like that we trip down that double digits at plus 10.5. And then for the over, I like to bring the over down, usually about 7 to 8 points. And then obviously we all know that's worth a touchdown. So that's what I like. And I like these 2 teams. I mean, I see both these teams getting into the 20s in terms of points being scored. One of them for surely up in the upper 20s. So I think 44.5 should certainly hit easily. In addition to this being an official play, they're all official plays here on YouTube, this is going to be the free bet giveaway. So if this bet hits on tomorrow's show, we got those 13 names in the hat. We'll draw one out of that hat, and somebody's going to get $19. That's what this bet will pay. $25 will pay $19 at minus 131 odds. So this is the free giveaway bet right here. Chargers plus 10.5, over 44.5, minus 131 over at FanDuel. All right, the 3 prop bets I got for you. Look, Derek Carr, we showed you his Week 9 stats, showed you kind of how I think the game plan is going to go on. His passing total is at 270.5. I'm definitely taking the under of that. I don't see him getting anywhere near 270. I actually thought about making a points betting bet on points bet, where if you're a little bit familiar with that, you kind of know how it works, is every yardage under his total would then net you whatever you decide to wager. But I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to take a straight wager under 270.5, and that came in at minus 115 over at PointsBet. Love that bet. I think 270 is really inflated for him for this game, for what I think this game plan will be, and how I think obviously they'll attack this Chargers defense. So under 270 all day long for me. My other prop bet is going to be also on that Raiders offense. I'm taking over Josh Jacobs 62.5 rushing yards. I mean, just look at the week 9 game plan. Nothing much has changed. I've given you guys all the statistics. I believe they'll look to do damage on the ground. So Josh Jacobs over 62.5 rushing yards comes in at minus 110 over at FanDuel. I even looked at his backup, Booker. His number was at 20.5, and boy, was that awfully appealing. That cashed easily in that week 9 matchup. I get a little nervous because his attempts per carry or carries per game are just kind of low, and you need him to get, 4 to 6 to feel comfortable. And while he should get that, you go look at his game log. I mean, he got 5 last week. He gets 5 again this week, and that 20 is going to be an ugly sweat. So I just like going with Josh Jacobs. They'll ride that horse against a really weak defensive weak defensive rush defense. So I like just going with Josh Jacobs and not getting too cute there and riding Jacobs and his backup, even though I think the game plan will be run heavy. And then my last prop bet here for you is on DraftKings. I'm taking Justin Herbert over Derek Carr in passing yards. They've got a matchup there towards the bottom of their prop bets where they just take 2 players, wide receivers, running backs, and in this case it's quarterbacks, and say who's going to have more passing yards. I think Herbert's definitely going to have more passing yards. We already talked about that week. Raiders defensive secondary, all the injuries they've got on there, and it's the number 4 passing offense in the league. Give me Herbert over Carr, passing yards, and that's minus 125 over at DraftKings. All right, guys, those are the four bets we'll roll tonight. We look to stay hot in the NFL, look to keep putting money in your pockets from the NFL. I'm going to hit you guys with one more bet. We'll talk about this a lot more on tomorrow's show, but I just want to go ahead and get it out in front of you in case you're interested as well before the lines worsen for you. So I'm taking the 2 games on Saturday. I teased them both down. Bills minus 2.5, Packers minus 2.5, and that's plus 101 over at DraftKings. So obviously need both of these teams to win by at least a field goal to cash that bet, and that's at plus money. So I really like that over at DraftKings. We'll talk about those matchups again extensively on tomorrow's show, where obviously we'll add some prop bets to go with those Saturday games there for you, so you can be able to look for that on tomorrow's show. And then you also know on Friday's show we roll out our entire weekend slate of NFL bets for Sunday's action. So tomorrow's show should be absolutely jam-packed with NFL games on Saturday, Sunday, and we're going to keep riding the NFL. We've been really hot on the NFL the last few weeks. No reason to get off of it now. Let's stay on it. Let's keep that money train coming in your pockets, and that's exactly what I want to do for you guys. Don't forget, guys, we've got that $25,000 challenge over on the Fox Bet Super 6 app for tonight's Chargers Raiders. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and submit your picks, and good luck on your chance to win $25,000. All right, guys, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll recap these 4 prop bets. We'll give away hopefully a free $19 to one of you 13 guys and girls, and we'll get in our NFL prop bets and bets on on Friday's show for the weekend. All right, guys, enjoy your Thursday. I'm Jason Mattis.
Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.